Shocking. Look at that. Look how we problem solved so quickly.
Why was it so loud? So quickly.
Oh, was it the volume button?
Was it all the way up?
Guys, we literally just spent like fucking 10 minutes trying to figure out what was wrong with Erin's mic, and it was just that the volume was up high. Just that.
Too high.
Just that.
Listen, though, I kept turning it all the way up.
Did you start with the volume? Yeah. Did
Sure
you
did.
try going any other way than one direction? No.
I did. I went to the middle and I was like, well, that can't
Still
possibly be
pretty
it.
loud. I don't understand why this is so loud. Why am I so loud? We literally, oh my God, it's been a fucking day.
That can't possibly be it.
God damn!
Anyway, how you doing?
Oh, you know, living
Yeah?
the dream. How you doing?
Oh, I'm just going to off myself. I am not living the dream. I am living the antithesis of a dream.
This is
Living
true.
a nightmare.
Oh, this
Maybe
is
not.
true. But that's okay. You know, it's going to get better. We're going to
Sometimes
crawl right out of it.
Yeah, sometimes we have to have nightmares to enjoy the dreams, right?
That's right.
Actually, I'm just saying that for this moment right now. It's been so busy. That's all
is.
it is.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
busy.
Holidays are coming and all that
Exactly.
shit. Fucking
Exactly.
Thanksgiving and all the families have been in town, and then we have holidays coming up.
Birthdays left and right.
Yeah.
It's just chaotic. And you know when you're so busy that your brain doesn't have a second to like think about what you just experienced, but that happens for like 3 weeks straight. That's where my
other
head's
shit
at.
keeps happening.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't think it could keep going, guys. And it's
Yeah.
still going.
You gotta like pull Lee aside and be like, did you hear what that bitch said at dinner 12 weeks ago?
Yeah, and he's like, what, bitch? We went to dinner? And I'm like, yeah, man.
I'm just now
I've
getting
been
around to fucking
Dying
talking
to tell you
it.
about it for 12 weeks.
Exactly.
It's some earth-shattering news that we have
man.
now missed because it's
Yeah.
been 12 weeks. She had a baby.
And he's like, I know, we met it. It's a year now.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Glad
is
we're on
how-
the same fucking page.
That is how life feels.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
I get it. Well, my goddamn is actually that I was tasked with doing the video for the Patreon this last
You
week.
can all thank Erin for that.
And I don't know if anyone noticed, but people did notice because they wrote in. Listen, it's coming. Today, after we record this, I'm going to go and I'm going to start that video again. And then I'm going to just hop right over to this one. So it's going to get
girl,
better.
you gonna double tag it?
I'm going to double tag it because I ain't
Ooh.
got shit to do. That's a lie. I have a lot to do. But I'm going to make it happen.
Okay, you let me know if not, though, because if not, I could bring my computer with me on my little vacay
Yeah, don't
and
do
load
that.
it on
Don't do that.
Sunday.
Don't do that.
Or
I'll at
today.
least have time by this weekend.
Okay.
If I don't do it today, it'll be this weekend. But
You
the other one is
guys,
coming today.
If she doesn't deliver on Sunday, you guys have to
Text
stage a
Stacey
riot.
directly so that
Her phone number is.
so that she can tell me that I fucked up. But listen,
Yeah, everybody send something on social media reminding Erin to post the
by
video
On Sunday.
This is a group effort, bitches. It takes a
Honestly,
village.
I don't know why you guys think that I have the brain power to do this.
I think we're just in over our head at this point.
Yeah, I've demonstrated time and again that I should not be fucking trusted.
Oh my God.
But
I love
listen,
it.
it'll get there.
That's your goddamn?
That's my goddamn.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to hear mine?
I sure do.
Okay, it should be that I'm going on vacation this weekend and I'm so excited because Grandpa's going to watch the kids.
Tomorrow, but
Should be.
okay.
Yeah, and I'm not packed or anything. But what it really is and what's way more important, guys, is like aliens are real and I'm so excited. I've had this on my motherfucking bingo card for so goddamn long and I am so excited that tinfoil hat girl is right.
Girl.
I know. I'm
Girl.
so excited. So it turns out, you know, all those congressional hearings, they're still happening, but they're happening like right now, actively in the middle of November 2024. And basically, the fucking Congress is like, hey man, is it true? Have you guys been doing this shit without letting us know? And they're like, absolutely.
100% we have been doing shit without letting you know. My favorite was the guy in the middle to the right who
I genuinely do not know.
I
That
just
was
don't know.
every answer.
What are they made out of? Some kind of biology. Next. I have no fucking idea.
was that guy the journalist or something?
I just don't know.
I just don't know either, but it was my favorite every time. It's like, I don't fucking know. Everybody else is
Made
trying to
me
give scientific answers. Like,
Laugh out loud.
yeah.
Multiple
I
times.
paused it and I was crying laughing.
Why are you here, sir?
I don't know, but I'm
But
here
also,
for it.
it's like having a normal person in the
Yes.
Olympics, you know?
Yes.
Like, there's one guy who's like, you did what?
It's what we need. Oh my God. It's what we all need. Just some normalcy up there. Like, can somebody just ask a fucking question in a normal sentence?
Right. Like, can you touch it? Do you have one physically?
Right? Like, I don't want to play fucking 300 questions to get here.
Is he in the room with us? What do you fucking mean?
I spy. Yeah. I'll tell you, but I won't tell you because I'm not authorized to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. Like, just fucking tell me, man.
I'm not authorized to tell you, so we'll have to go through all of these hoops and things, and you'll have to talk to my superior, who also isn't authorized to tell you, but there's definitely something.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, fucking K? What? Can you be more specific?
Because of that, I'm super excited, and so there's, like, information coming out, right? And I heard this little comment, because the government has so many motherfucking little plans, books, names, you know, like Project Blue Book, Project Blue Man, Project Aerial Spacecraft Carrier to the Next Planet. It's
Project
like 800.
Stacy's listening.
Oh my God. And then they're all acronyms and shit. Anyway, there's one called Project Immaculate Constellation that I guess it's been circling around or whatever. And it came out, some sort of fucking report came out on the 13th of November that I read. I don't even fucking remember what it's called. But anyway, it's a release of the public of like, here's the supporting evidence to suggest that yes, there is shit happening outside of Congress's knowledge, and it cites it all, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like this 200-page document. And so I started looking at it, and I am obsessed, and all I want to do is sit down and read this fucking document. But life keeps happening, and I'm like, why are we still lifing, guys? In this document, they're giving us like solid evidence. Most of it's like hearsay, like so-and-so reported that this, and there is documents to back it up. Here's a link to this report or whatever. So it's not like hard evidence where they're like, and here is the spacecraft in a picture of it or something. So like all that cool shit's redacted. But it's enough. It's 200 pages of these like 1 or 2, 3 sentence little blurbs about an event that I'm like, this has been happening. And it starts at Roswell in 1947 or whatever. And it goes all the way up until 2023 of all of these encounters that people are reporting. And some of them are absolutely insane. Like one that I read was about some like government secret area where nobody's supposed to be in there, and somebody encountered a humanoid thing that had a space helmet that was emanating blue light that dematerialized in front of its very eyes, and they were all freaking out because they're like, if he can get in here, or if they can get in here, they can get in anywhere. And of course, that's just one person's recounting, right? Like that could be wrong. There could be exaggerations here. It could be that they didn't dematerialize or whatever. But then also you have so many supporting other suggestions, like all these aircraft fucking pilots being like, yeah, they fucking move quick. Like they were here and then they were gone. And then they've determined, because we have all these fucking instruments to measure all this shit, and they just don't want to admit to it. But then they determined that these spacecrafts are moving at a speed that could cause 1,000 to 3,000 G forces. Like human bodies can't withstand it. Like we turn to soup. So it's not humans in those spacecrafts.
Yeah, it can't be a biologic in that way. The human can
withstand like 9 Gs or something, and our technology can go a little under 20 Gs. And they're going 1,000 to 3,000 Gs.
That shit's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. And that's scientific. Like, it's measured. And that they're measuring the same shit in our oceans. And they're talking about underwater bases. And this isn't a document, guys, from, like, .gov.
Okay, I didn't know that there were underwater bases.
There's so much.
Is that... girl.
That's what... And
that's what's under the fucking ocean?
That's what these accounts are saying. So this report is only saying, yes, there's evidence to suggest to Congress that the DOD and that the Central Intelligence Agencies are, in fact, not holding up their law-abiding responsibility according to the fucking American Constitution, the basis of our fucking country. They are not. That's what this thing was saying. They're saying, yes, they are withholding information from Congress, because Congress is supposed to okay any of our fucking spending and shit, and like you're supposed to tell each other what's going on, right? That's the whole point of our
judicial balances and bullshit.
Exactly. And so now
they were like checks and aliens.
100%. And now they're saying, okay, no, there's evidence to suggest that in fact Congress is being kept in the dark, so that's bad. Yeah. Right? What are we going to do? Probably fucking nothing, because it's our goddamn government. I hope something, but probably fucking nothing. But I'm just so excited that they're like, yeah, there's evidence to suggest all this shit. And they're reputable people. It's not like crazy people with tinfoil hats. It's like, yeah, your government hired these people to learn this thing about quantum mechanics. Like, how the fuck does an atom work? And they figured out how to fucking work an atom. And they're like, oh, And they figured that out, according to this document, because they were so interested in reverse engineering how these spacecrafts were maneuvering. Because it's a wars race, right? Like an arms race or whatever. So that's the whole motive behind our government doing it. But that's how come they've learned. That's why we know so much about quantum mechanics. Is because they're reverse engineering this shit.
Yeah, it came from somewhere else.
And there's reports that they these crafts manipulate our atmosphere in some way, shape, or form or something. They don't know how it works.
Is that how we got holes in the ozone?
Probably. Shit, man. They
not all
just
that
ripping
hairspray
through
in
that
the
shit. They don't
fucking
give a
90s?
flying fuck about our ozone. No,
Bitch,
but I guess what they're
poking
doing...
holes in the fucking exhaust pipe?
Right? Who can afford that when we're about to go on a road trip?
Right. Well, we're just an anthill, you know? Like, they're just going to step on us.
Well, I guess the whole thing is that they're super interested in any of, the nuclear war area zones or whatever, and that they've been, purposely interrupting flight patterns and stuff like that. So then when they're asked, are these intelligent beings or whatever, they're like, well, we don't know if they're beings or not. Like, what defines something as alive? Because we thought they had to breathe oxygen, but now we know that fucking other things exist or whatever.
It's like T-1000.
Yeah, and then they're
Terminator.
asking, are they mind-controlled crafts? And they're like, maybe. And in this document, it talks about the Monroe Institute learning how to remote view shit. That shit's real. They're all admitting that it's real. And that they were able to, and they're saying that they remote viewed this shit. And that's these fighter pilots wake up and they all have reoccurring dreams in their lives, not talking to each other.
Yeah.
Separately, they have these reoccurring dreams where they're in charge of a spacecraft using their mind. It's like, what? Okay, that's crazy. It's all crazy, but how interesting.
Right.
That there's similarities or patterns or just how exciting.
It's exciting that it's all coming out now.
But we have to go to work.
I know.
I'm so mad that nobody's excited.
It's because we're the anthill, and now we're realizing, we're not the fucking big bad thing on the planet even anymore. If they're all underwater and bullshit. So they're not going to tell us because it'll incite panic of and also they're coming for you.
Yeah, but will it? I feel like that's bullshit. It won't incite panic. It incites panic for us to no longer follow our government so that the powers that be will no longer get their bajillions of dollars.
So if you don't pay rent because you're there's fucking aliens, then the landlords get mad and then everybody gets mad and society falls apart.
Yeah, but there is this cyclical life to society, too. Where are we at in that cycle? Right. We're at the end of it. Is this it? I'm so fucking ready, guys. Let's go.
This is what happens to
empires. That's a couple hundred years to rage around and start fires and have fun and form cults. I don't know.
Right?
But, let's do good things with it.
I mean, we could try, yeah. I'm interested in,
grow things.
The fucking...
Be nice to each other and start over.
12 people at the top, you know? Who the fuck... The one guy. Who's the guy?
It's probably fucking aliens.
But it's not the...
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay.
But everybody's I wish I didn't know. Anybody who knows the answer, they're all saying, no, I wouldn't want to know. It's better that you don't know.
Sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can live a better life because I don't know that.
But how long is that sustainable for? I don't know. My
brain, I can just, who cares, right? It's gone tomorrow. It's gone the moment I step out of the shed.
I've lived my whole life and it hasn't impacted me, so.
Exactly.
Except, what is it, though? What is it? It's it.
All right.
That'll be fine. Anyway.
Well, do you want to hear about murder?
Fuck, yeah, I do.
Good.
Was it aliens?
I don't know because...
Because you don't know the story?
I don't know this story. So I read, I'll say most of it. No notes, 0 notes. This is written from Dylan. It's fucking fantastic.
Thanks, Dill.
It made me giggle out loud a couple of times.
Oh, I'm excited.
We're just going to fucking read it,
Yep.
Trigger warning.
Uh-oh.
He says murder, of course, but also rape and torture. Okay?
Ooh, of course, though.
Mm-hmm. Obviously. So we are here on episode 321, and I'm going to tell you about Kenneth McDuff. Okay?
Ooh, Kenneth.
Kenny. Hey, Ken. All right. Dylan says be gentle because he tried his best, but I think it's fantastic, and I think you guys are going to love it.
Be gentle.
Okay. Kenneth McDuff was born on March 21st, 1946. He was an Aries.
Right before Roswell.
I was literally just thinking, read about the time the aliens came about. Huh?
Okay.
So in Aries, he's confident, passionate, determined, bold, and impulsive.
Oh.
Born and raised in Rosebud, Texas.
Rosebud?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what people call their nipples or some shit?
Oh, I don't know.
You're like, oh, I don't know. That's weird.
I would have thought you were going to say butthole, but... So a
That's
rosebud?
starfish.
A rosebud is more of like, it is a chocolate starfish. I feel like maybe a rosebud. It could be a nipple. A rosebud. That's fucking weird.
I know.
Well, Rosebud, Texas is a small town outside of Waco that still looks
Oh.
like a straight up Western movie set.
Okay.
The 1800s are alive and well in Rosebud.
They poppin', huh?
They be poppin'. So Kenneth was number 5 out of 6 children,
Okay.
one being a twin brother. Okay?
Oh, was that...
His own twin.
Yeah. Did he come out first and that made him 5?
I don't know. I don't know if he was the last 2, like 5 and 6 were the twins.
Yeah.
And he was, I don't know.
How does that work when you have twins?
I mean, he could have been 4 and 5. I don't know.
That's why
Baby
I don't
A
know
and
how
baby
it
B. They
goes.
pull them out separately.
They
like,
wouldn't
this
just
one
skip
is
a
older.
number. It's got to be. They wouldn't just skip 4, you know? Like,
Well, I mean, they could have had like 4 kids and then twins came out 5 and 6.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Or it could have been like 1, 2,
So
3, 4,
technically-
5, and then another one.
technically, they're just like the 5th kid,
Yeah, they were the 5th kid.
the 5th born.
One of them was a twin. I don't fucking know, man. Listen,
It doesn't matter.
he was raised primarily by his mother, Addie,
Okay.
who was known as the, quote, pistol packing mama.
Ooh, all right. Well, it is the 1800s.
Well, it's the 1940s, 6s. But it's the 1800s in Rosebud, Nipple, Texas.
Just kidding. The vibes are 1800s.
The vibes are
Yeah,
very 1800s.
okay.
So she had her gun, and she once threatened a school bus driver
Ooh,
with said gun
I love it.
for not letting Kenneth's twin on the bus, I guess.
Oh,
Uh,
weird.
I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't, but she was like, "You will fucking take my child."
Oh my God.
And they were like, "Okay, I guess."
Shit, man, she got a gun.
And
Jenny's got a gun.
Addie.
Oh, Addie. God damn it.
And she was known to carry this gun with her everywhere, right?
Okay.
But like Texas.
right.
so,
Yeah, not
checks out.
surprising.
Kenneth was a loner, and he was a bully as a kid.
Ooh.
He would only bully the weaker kids, though, as he lost a fight once to a kid that beat the shit out of him. And after he got creamed, he quit school and started working for his dad, doing manual labor for his dad's concrete business. I just love Dylan so much.
I know, right? Okay, so he got the sheet beat out of him.
Yeah, he got the sheet beat
and then he stopped beating the sheet out of people.
out of stronger people. He was
Okay.
like, I'm just going to go for them weaker kids.
And then he got some manual labor jobs.
yeah, and then he got some manual labor jobs working for his dad's concrete business.
Okay.
So by his late teens, Kenneth had been arrested and was put in prison for a number of burglaries.
Oh, Jesus.
Kenneth said they were just pranks, you guys.
I was just playing back there.
Come on, what are you so mad about?
Yeah. Why you gotta be such a jerk? Why you gotta lock me up, man? I'm just living my life.
Gosh, I was just kidding. You can have it back. And at age 18 in 1964, he was sentenced to 12 4-year prison terms for the burglaries.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. He was paroled in December.
What is that, like fucking 48 years? I don't even know the numbers you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. 48 years. Good job.
Thanks.
But I'm sure it was, concurrent. So it was just
Okay.
12 4-year
4 years.
sentences.
Okay.
So then he got paroled in December of 1965, which is just a year later.
Okay.
Okay. At age 20, Kenneth headed to Fort Worth, Texas, 90 miles north of Waco,
Okay.
with Roy Dale Green, who was 18 years old.
Roy?
Roy was a friend that he met pouring concrete with his dad.
Tracks.
And Kenneth drove around town with Roy with the plan to pick up chicks, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's cruise and get some babes.
On August 6, 1966, in Everman, Texas, which is a suburb of Fort Worth, all according to Roy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth and Roy drove up to 3 teenagers at a baseball field, a sandlot, if you will,
Oh, I will. I certainly will.
hanging out by their car, and Kenneth pulled out a Colt 38 and walked up to
Damn.
the car and ordered them to get into the trunk of their car.
Oh, shit. All right. Chill, Ken.
Fucking...
That
whoa.
escalated.
Yeah, I thought you just wanted to play.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Kenneth then drove their car while Roy followed in Kenneth's car. Roy believed they were just horsing around, right?
Yeah. It's just so silly. We stole their car.
Yeah,
And them.
And them. Thinking
Yeah.
the whole thing is a game.
I
Like,
can
"Eh,
take anything I want.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. They drove to a remote field, and Kenneth pulled Louise Sullivan, who was 16 years old, out to put into his car. So he pulled her
Okay.
out of the trunk, right, and put her into his car.
Mhm.
And then he shot both Robert Brand,
Uh-oh.
who was 17 years old, and Mark Dunham, who was 15 years old.
Oh my gosh, they're just babies.
Multiple times in the face.
Why? They don't even know them?
No, he
They're
didn't know
just
them.
Teenagers.
No. And Roy and Louise were like,
Whoa.
bro, what?
Yeah. Oh no.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then Kenneth wiped the teen's car with Robert and Mark dead in the trunk. He wiped it down with fingerprints, and he instructed Roy to get rid of the tire tracks since they were out on a dirt road.
Oh my gosh.
Kenneth was unable to shut the trunk somehow, with now one less body in it. So he backed it up.
Suddenly it's harder than it was.
I don't understand. Can you move your leg? Oh, no, he can't. So he backed it up to a fence with the trunk open, and he dipped in his car with Roy. Louise Sullivan was locked in the trunk of the car that they're in now, right?
Oh.
In Kenneth's car.
They put Luis in there?
The two dead boys were in their own car,
Yeah.
backed up to a fence, and then they had Louise still, who's a 16-year-old girl, put her in
Oh,
their
Louise.
trunk.
My bad.
Louise.
Sorry.
Sorry, what am
I
I
said Luis.
Oh,
You-
Louise. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that's always a hard one for
I
me.
know. Me too.
Try
Sorry.
to blur through it.
Okay. Well, then now I don't feel so bad needing to specify.
Well, what did I say? What have I been saying? Is it bad?
No, it's not.
They put Louise in the trunk of Kenneth's car, which they're now driving away, right?
Okay.
He drove
And she's
around.
alive.
She's alive.
Okay.
Yes. He drove around for a while, and then he stopped, and he raped Louise.
Ugh.
And then Roy raped her.
Oh my God. Now Roy's on board.
Now
Roy's like,
seems on
wow,
board.
I'm okay with that part.
Kenneth raped her again with an old broomstick that he found in his car.
No. In
sorry.
his car. Who has broomsticks in their car?
I don't know.
That's weird. Self-defense, I guess. maybe.
Probably,
Oh
yeah.
my God, no. Why? Why would you do that? You're just being cruel at that point.
It's just fucked up.
like you
Yeah.
already got your rocks off. Leave her alone.
I know. I
What the
wonder that
fuck?
every fucking
Yeah.
time. Like, that's
so
not
annoying.
doing anything for
Yeah.
you.
No. Ugh.
For anyone.
Oh my God. Ew. Okay.
Okay, so then Kenneth killed her with that same broomstick by sitting on her and holding it to her neck, looking her in the eyes.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah. Him and Roy.
Is this guy on meth? Like, what happened?
It really feels methy.
Yeah.
I don't know for a fact, but,
okay.
but
What the
I'm
fuck?
just saying.
Yeah.
It feels pretty methy. So Kenneth and Roy dumped her body in some tall grass. And Dylan says, I feel like it's not a game anymore, Roy.
It's not a fun little game, Roy.
No.
No way.
No,
we should have bounced back there, Roy.
We're no longer playing.
Yeah.
The bodies of Mark and Robert were found just the next day by a local farmer.
Sure. Doesn't sound like they tried to cover them up.
No.
They were just in their trunk, right?
No,
Backed
well.
up to a fence.
Yeah. I always imagine it's a chain link fence,
Yeah,
too.
me
Like,
too.
you just see it from
Probably
the other
barbed
side.
wire.
Right. Roy, who had previously been locked up for burglary, robbery, and assault just a year prior, he started to freak out when he
Yeah.
heard the news on the radio
Sure.
because it's 1966.
Two boys found the trunk of a car.
Mhm.
Backed up to a chain link fence.
And so Roy went to the police, and he led the police to Louise.
Oh, he ratted.
Mm-hmm.
We got a snake.
And Kenneth was
Good.
arrested after trying to flee.
Okay.
Okay? Roy was...
Almost.
Almost had him. Roy was a star witness against Kenneth, and he seemed to be terrified of Kenneth in the courtroom.
Okay.
There was an issue with him being an accomplice, obviously,
Yeah.
but police were able to find...
That little issue.
You know how he fucking participated in some of it? Some of the bad parts?
Uh-huh.
But police were able to find the wallets of the two boys, as well as a bloody, burned shirt from Kenneth at his brother's house.
Oh, no.
So Roy would not get the death penalty because he agreed to testify.
Okay.
And Roy was sentenced to 25 years. He was released in 1979 after just 13 years.
Wow.
Side note, the prosecutor's name was Chuck Butts.
How unfortunate. God, we were like 12-year-old boys.
This is written by another 12-year-old boy.
Hey, Chuck Butt.
Hey, Chuck Butts. Why don't you go chuck butts, all right?
Hey, why don't you get your butts over here?
Oh, man. Okay, so Kenneth took the stand in his own defense.
Oh, no, that's never a good idea.
Bro just wants to be understood.
Just gonna clear this all up.
So he denied killing them, blaming it all on Roy. Everyone said he seemed not to be bothered by any of it, and he appeared very casual during the trial, showing very little emotion. Kenneth's mom, Addie, the pistol-packing mama,
Yeah.
she told everyone that he totally didn't do it, and it was for sure just Roy. It was all his idea. He did it all
Oh,
alone.
she doubled down to the grave. Ride or die, mama.
She's like, not my sweet baby boy.
No way. I don't know where he would learn something like that.
Certainly not from her, threatening people with guns.
No.
For any minor inconvenience.
No. Take my kid on the goddamn bus.
I'm not fucking walking him to school again.
You will stop here.
I get it. So the jury found Kenneth guilty in November of 1966, which was 3 months after the killings, for only the murder of Mark Dunham.
Oh, interesting.
Not sure why.
Okay.
He was sentenced to death by electric chair, and he earned the sick, not cool nickname, the Broomstick Killer.
Ew. Well, he didn't even get convicted of that one.
I know, right?
That's not even, you're not allowed to have that nickname. Get out of here.
You don't get a nickname.
Ugh, go away.
After
You don't
Kenneth,
get a nickname.
Not for you. After Kenneth received 2 stay of execution dates, the Supreme Court ruled the death penalty unconstitutional in 1972.
Oh, shit, he wrote it out, and he won, huh?
So
Okay.
it was ruled unconstitutional in 1972 for the case of Furman versus Georgia. This reduced Kenneth's sentence from death to just life in prison, but giving him the possibility of parole.
Oh, shit. I bet he was stoked.
Oh, yeah. So he was denied parole in 1980. And shortly after, the Texas prison system decided overcrowding in their prisons violated the inmates' civil liberties.
So they killed him all.
So the governor and parole board made a deal that they would release 150 prisoners a day, starting with the smaller crimes. And they made their way up the list of incarcerated folks. And eventually, on October 11th, 1989, Kenneth was released from prison after making parole.
I like how that was our, solution.
Just let him out.
We don't have any more room.
Oh my God, there's too many. Let them go. Let
isn't-
them all go. 150
There's so
a day.
many bad people. Maybe you are right. Maybe society will collapse. No, but I think the good people in society will go fuck them up. You know, like we've been held back by rules.
Yeah.
But now I'll just smother your ass.
A bad guy with a gun is always stopped by a good guy with a gun. That's what you always hear about. All
With
those
no
good guys
laws.
with guns.
With no laws, maybe.
Listen,
I feel like my cousin could fuck some people up.
he could for himself, but he's not stopping a fucking murder at the nail salon.
Well, don't go if they're there, you know? Like if they show up, leave. Don't get. There's not gonna be
People?
nail salons.
I know. If people show up, I do leave most places because they're fucking awful. I digress. Anyway, so he was released on October 11th, 1989, right? He was in prison for 23 years and denied parole 15 times before that.
Jesus.
And
I feel like we shouldn't let him out.
I feel like
I feel like he should have stayed in. I feel like I can't believe there's that many worse people ahead of him.
he's on fucking death row. Maybe keep those ones in and let them.
Ask other states to let some of their lower people go. Like, we don't have to live in silos, guys.
Right?
We have cars to transport them.
But that's the way that we're going to fucking go. So, Texas released 20 death row inmates.
I digress.
And 127 murderers. Yes, I digress. But they're all fucking out there, all right?
Wait, 127 inmates and how many murders?
20 death row inmates and 127 murderers.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, and they're like, they can't possibly do it again.
Yeah.
They already did it once.
Lightning doesn't strike twice when it comes to murder and compulsion.
Yeah, so Kenneth was like, where to go? Fucking right back to Rosebud,
Oh,
right?
no.
Where the town feared him, and the sheriffs, they all had cowboy hats, but none had horses. They were super pissed about it, right? They're like, this motherfucker again?
Yeah.
He was apparently known as a, quote, rabid racist.
Oh, no. We should have left him in.
Yeah. And in July of 1990, he verbally assaulted some young black kids as well as pulled a knife on them.
Jesus Christ.
They put him back in prison for parole violation, and
Good.
he was released again in December after his mom, Addie, paid $2,200.
That's it?
In what sounds like a bribe, sources say, quote, for expenses to attorneys for, quote, evaluating the case.
That's not a lot of money.
Which is more racist. They were
Yeah.
like, oh, we looked into it, and, you know, it's just some fucking teenage debauchery. Even though he's
Oh,
like,
my
you know,
God.
40 now, right?
Yeah.
A bribe. Whatever. I digress. Because our fucking system doesn't work.
Exactly.
It's not going to get better with people. Don't add people to it.
I don't know. I think just the system should go away.
Oh, yeah.
And we can reinvent
The
it. The
whole
good
thing.
people will reinvent it.
But they, okay.
That's where you don't have hope, but I do. We
Yeah.
already know this about
We are
ourselves.
on different ends of this cliff.
Yes.
So after release,
I'm aware. I'm holding on to you as you're jumping. I'm aware.
I really do appreciate it.
I'm like, not yet. Hold on.
I want to be part of a good society. I just don't believe that we are. Just like I want there to be a heaven. I just don't believe that there is.
But you also know that you can create your own reality.
And apparently
reject-
manifestation is real.
You
So
reject your reality and substitute it with your own.
and that's what I did. So I stopped fucking working.
See? And isn't it so much better?
Oh my god, it's way better.
I want the whole world to do that.
But it's way better because I also don't have to deal with as many people.
yeah. But imagine how much happier people would be if they
Girl.
did that.
Back to Kenneth here. So after his release in the spring of 1991, Kenneth enrolled in Texas State Technical College.
I
in
can't believe
Waco.
that there's a whole other story after this.
Baby girl, we got this. We're halfway done.
Oh no, what did he do?
So he went to Texas State Technical College in Waco, and he got a job at a gas station convenience store called the Quick Pack.
Okay.
He quit the Quick Pack after a month.
Uh-huh.
Preach, Ken. That's what I'm doing.
This place is shit.
Fucking
They don't
hate this
appreciate
place.
me here.
And then in the summer of 1991, he would hang around a neighborhood of Waco called The Cut. It was known for...
Cut.
It sounds like a great place. It was known for dive bars, sex workers, and drug dealers.
Sounds like some place called the Cut.
And he started using and selling crack.
Oh,
Crack
I thought
cocaine.
it was gonna be meth.
You know? Is crack meth's dirty cousin?
I don't know that anybody's relation.
I'm
I'm not a chemist.
not an alchemist, John. So he started using and selling crack, and he started heavily drinking and doing the sex
Oh,
with the
doing it.
workers.
Okay. Oh.
For that year, he would make regular visits with his parole officer, and by their account, he's fucking fine. Kenneth was rehabilitated, right back into society. Everything's perfect. However,
Good thing we let him out back there. What a waste that would have been.
yeah. During this time, Kenneth was raping a lot of women.
Oh my God. How did he
Parentheses,
not get caught?
A lot is more than zero.
So he wasn't paying them, is what you're telling me?
That's what I believe. Yeah, it was non-consensual.
Yeah.
One of the women he raped was Brenda Thompson, who was 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In October of 1991, Kenneth approached a police roadblock, and the police observed a woman believed to be Brenda in the passenger seat with her hands bound.
Oh my God.
She was kicking and screaming, and she cracked his windshield by kicking it.
Oh my God. At a police road stop?
At a police
Block?
roadblock, yeah. And Kenneth busted through the roadblock and got away.
What?
And that was the last time that Brenda was seen alive.
What?
What?
Did they put the roadblock up for her?
Now, I don't know if it was just like a
Or if it was just like
drink and stop,
Yeah.
like a, what are they, DUI checkpoint? It could have been
he
just
fucking
normal.
yippee-ki-yay'd past that shit?
Uh-huh. And I guess they were like, well, oh, bye. I don't know.
What was that?
Maybe
Just
put on
some
the little
girl?
whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the lights on that guy.
You didn't want to chase after him and see what that... He's like, God damn it, I got to put the fucking block back up.
Right? I hate it when they crash right through it. So that was the last time that Brenda was ever seen alive.
Okay.
And a few days later, Regina Moore, who was 21 years old, vanished from the streets.
Uh-oh.
Last seen arguing with Kenneth at a motel where they both got into his truck and drove away.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Kenneth told a number of his friends that he knew of a convenience store with a pretty girl that worked the night shift that would be easy to rob. And on the night of March 1st, 1992, Kenneth was out looking for drugs when his car broke down a few hundred yards from the same convenience store, which also happened to be the one he used to work at. It was the Quick Pack.
Okay. Oh,
So-
how convenient that he
Right?
knew somebody that worked there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa Ann Northrup, who was 22 years old, was a pregnant mother of 2 working the night shift at the Quick Pack.
No.
Her husband called her at 4 a.m. and was worried when she didn't answer, as they had spoken several times that night on the phone. And he rushed over to the Quick Pack, but her and her car were nowhere to be found.
Oh, no.
$250 had been stolen from the register, and her purse was left untouched.
Uh-oh, she got taken.
So she's just missing.
Mm-hmm.
A few days
Good
later...
on him for being so aware.
Right.
You know, like right away.
Well, he's probably fucking nervous if she's working at a convenience store. It's a
Yeah.
24-hour thing or whatever overnight.
And she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And she's only 22 years old. Like, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you're a baby.
Yeah.
So, a few days later, a tan Thunderbird was found broken down at a motel near the Quick Pack.
Okay.
And investigators found a wallet with a social security card and a license belonging to Kenneth inside. After the cops looked up his record, he was made the prime suspect in the disappearance of Melissa, right?
Okay,
Because they're like, this guy's done some shit before.
Yeah. Is the
Also-
Thunderbird hers?
I think it's his.
Oh, okay.
In March of 1992, police began a manhunt to search for Kenneth in central Texas.
I have
Okay.
another question.
What's your
Sorry,
question?
before the manhunt takes place. Roy,
Yes.
is he still in prison at this point?
Nah, he was released.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
know him.
bye.
He probably left Texas. I don't know where he
Yeah,
went.
he's like, that was fucking wild.
shit got crazy back there. I'm
Yeah.
going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's done.
Okay.
So then in March of 1992, police began a manhunt to search for Kenneth in central Texas.
Mm-hmm.
A federal prosecutor, convinced Kenneth did this and might be on a spree, found an informant to admit Kenneth sold him some LSD,
Okay.
and that made the hunt federal instead of local.
Okay.
So the feds and the marshals could now hunt down Kenneth, right?
Sweet.
At this time, all they were looking for is Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
So investigators go to search Kenneth's parents' home in Belton, Texas, directly between Waco and Austin,
Mm-hmm.
and ask if they've seen him, right? And Kenneth's father says, quote, if you find him, you can kill him if you want to.
Oh, shit.
He's
oh, my
like,
God.
I'm fucking done with that kid. That one was a
Right.
failure.
If you break it, you buy it.
I got 5 others you can do with that one as you will.
Yeah. I don't care. You can have it.
Who?
Yeah.
Nah, I got
geez.
another one just like him.
Oh, my God. That's wild.
The twin.
To really
Yeah.
feel that way?
Right.
I got it.
So they were able to find an acquaintance of Kenneth's, Alva Hank Worley.
Okay.
He was living at a hotel in Belton, and investigators described Alva to have no feeling at all and continued to return to speak to him for several weeks until he couldn't look them in the eyes. He agreed to finally come down to the station and give a full statement. Alva referred to Kenneth as Mac. He tells investigators, quote, I was with Mac when he took that girl from the car wash. That girl being Colleen Reed.
Okay.
Now we're going to jump back in time to December 29th, 1991. So
Okay.
a couple months before.
Prior.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In Austin, Texas, Colleen Reed didn't feel well that afternoon, and she decided to leave work and take a long nap. Preach, Colleen.
I know. Can I do one of those?
Not right now.
No, come on.
She woke up from her nap and then went to run errands. She went to the bank, the grocery store, and to the car wash.
Sounds like it. Sounds like that was our last stop.
Well, Kenneth had driven down to Austin with his friend Alva, where they were casing out the car wash, as one does.
What
And
are we casing it out for?
Probably to rob it
Yeah.
or something else. And Kenneth grabbed Colleen by the throat
Oh, my God.
and shoved her into his car. Nearby people heard Colleen's screams and rushed over, but all that was left of her was her car dripping with soap.
So they didn't even see her.
Mm-mm.
They were just like, there's just...
There was a scream, and now there's nobody here.
Oh, my God, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. A tan Thunderbird, just like the one found at the motel near Melissa's work, was seen speeding away
Okay.
the wrong way down a one-way street.
Well,
Pretty obvious.
runaway train.
Never coming back. Alva tells them Colleen was bound and repeatedly raped in the car while driving.
Oh, my God, no.
Cigarettes were burned on her,
Ugh.
and they beat her. Alva took authorities where him and Kenneth took Colleen
Mm-hmm.
off an abandoned road near Kenneth's parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Alva says he watched Kenneth beat Colleen to death
Oh, my God.
Alva covered his ears when with authorities, stating he could still hear her screaming.
Oh, my God. That's awful. Okay, so now that's kind of making sense. So when they were questioning him originally, he, like, was just very numb, like, no feeling, was just like, nope, everything, I don't know what you're talking about. And then eventually they broke him down. And he was like, I've got something to tell you. There was a girl from a car wash. And they're like, what? Hold up. We were looking for
Melissa, someone completely different.
Yeah. And now he's like, he killed her in, where were they? Like in a field?
Abandoned road near Kenneth's parents' house.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on March 25th, 1992, behind the campus of Texas State Technical College, where Kenneth's dorm was, the body of Valencia Joshua was found in a shallow grave. She was last seen on campus looking for Kenneth.
What?
She was found strangled with an empty grave nearby. I don't know.
Oh, so like he dug a grave?
I don't know.
And then didn't bury her?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
That's weird.
Maybe it was at a cemetery and they were like, this grave's already marked for someone.
Just throw her in there.
But she didn't go in it. She was near it. I don't know.
My stomach keeps growling. And I am not editing it out, so enjoy the sounds of that. But
I like it.
I'm sorry.
And then on April 16th, 1992, U.S. Marshals made a public appeal to attempt to get Kenneth off the streets. Gotta keep these streets clean.
Yeah, you do. Shit, man.
Apparently you're not
There's
doing a
so
great
many
job.
people that just popped up dead. Why was Valencia looking for Kenneth? Like, what was he doing on campus?
Probably drugs. Selling
Okay,
drugs.
Okay.
I would
that
guess.
makes sense.
I don't
That
know
helps.
that, and I don't know her, so I'm sorry if I'm putting that into it, but I would guess he's the hookup.
That's
He's
the reason he's on campus.
main guy. Maybe. I don't know. It's
okay.
my speculation.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it makes sense. It makes more sense than I had nothing in my brain. I was like, what? I don't get it. That jumped.
why? Is he cute? I don't understand. So the search went nationwide now
We
to look
found
for
him.
Kenneth.
Valencia found him.
Right, obviously. On April 26th, 1992, which is 10 days later, in Dallas, a fisherman discovered the body of Melissa Ann Northrup,
Oh, no.
the
A
overnight
fisherman?
quick pack worker. She was floating in an abandoned quarry. Her hands and feet were bound with shoestrings, and
Oh my
her
God.
car was stuck in the woods nearby.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. It's not even like that leads to an outlet of water. What's your plan, bro?
I don't think there was much of one.
No, I guess there hasn't been this whole time. But, oh, my God. That's so sad. She was bound with shoelaces?
Yeah.
Oh.
The marshals approached America's Most Wanted to see if they would air a clip asking if anyone had seen Kenneth.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. And when tips flowed in, they followed up on one from Kansas City, Missouri.
Missouri.
The caller said Kenneth looked like his coworker at a trash company named Richard Fowler.
Okay.
And on May 4th, 1992, Kenneth McDuff was arrested posing as Richard Fowler, and he was flown back to Waco, Texas. He had been arrested as Richard Fowler for soliciting sex workers a few weeks prior, so his fingerprints were on file.
Oh, shit.
Melissa's
As the wrong person.
Yeah. Melissa's family, as well as an angry mob, confronted them as they entered the station in Waco by screaming and yelling at Kenneth, right?
Yeah. Good.
Prosecutors focused their case on the abduction and murder of Melissa Northrup.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth appeared in court on July of 1992 on capital murder charges.
Oh, shit.
His court-appointed attorney requested and received a change of venue, which brings us to Houston in February of 1993.
Okay.
Since there was little evidence and the case was mostly circumstantial, the prosecution tried to focus mainly on Kenneth's pattern in shitty behaviors. Right?
Sure. Yeah, like he was on death row and he was given a quite literally a death row pardon.
Yeah.
And he still chose to go do it again.
Yeah. He got a second lease on life and was like, fucking doing that again. That shit
Yeah.
was great.
That was awesome. You see how nobody gave a fuck?
Mm-hmm. I guess the laws in Texas allows a person's character to be used to prove motive.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, like
his
they
motive
would.
is he's a fucking asshole.
It's like circumstantial enough
Yeah.
evidence.
Yeah.
Like, circumstantially speaking, he's an asshole.
His motive,
Asshole.
he's a dick. Quite a big one.
He's motivated by just being a dick.
I don't know. Fucking
Self
ask him.
takes.
So Kenneth was very good at getting rid of any DNA from crime scenes, knowing it could lock him away.
Right.
However, they found some hair in Melissa Northrup's car. The
Oh.
lab that it was sent to for examination contaminated it, and it could
Great.
not be used as evidence in the case.
Stupid.
Fucking, of course.
Right.
The trial of Melissa Northrup began in February of 1993 in Houston, and Kenneth's mother, Addie, who was 77 years old at the time, was called to stand and testify against him. 2 of Kenneth's friends went on the stand to testify that he used drugs and that he tried to talk them into robbing the Quick Pack with him. Kenneth gets frustrated during the trial, obviously, because everyone's lying. And he threw
Is that why? Is that what's happening here?
Obviously. And he threw a pencil across the room.
Oh, what a little bitch.
And asked his lawyer, quote, "Why don't you sit on the prosecutor's side? Because you're helping them more than you're helping me." Sir, you're not helping yourself.
Not at all.
So,
You know what's going to make this worse? A tantrum.
right? Don't throw a temper tantrum.
Oh my God.
Bro just wants to be understood.
I'm just going to clear this all up.
So, prosecutors get Alva Hank Worley to testify about the abduction and murder of Colleen Reed. And Alva was incredibly nervous and clearly feared Kenneth. The prosecution was trying to show a consistency between Colleen and Melissa, right?
Okay.
Prosecutors ended up finding a witness who saw Kenneth the night of Melissa's murder, on the night of March 2nd, 1992, the night after Melissa went missing. Kenneth came to the door of Sherry Robinson asking for a sandwich, and she provided him with a bowl of beans.
That was nice of her.
Sherry described him as dirty and disheveled. Kenneth McDuff took the stand, ignoring his attorney's pleas to absolutely not do that. Dude just wants to straighten this whole thing out.
They're like,
Again.
for the love of all things holy, please do not.
It did not work for you
damn it,
last
Ken.
time. He rambled for 2 hours about stupid bullshit.
Ugh.
And prosecutors get Kenneth to finally admit he was in the area of the Quick Pack when Melissa went missing. And since he was on the stand, they are now allowed to ask about his previous killings of the 3 teens from the Sandlot.
Oh, great.
Louise, Robert, and Mark.
Yeah.
And since he was on the stand, more so just prove to the jury that he absolutely did all of this.
Gotcha. Yeah. Like, he did this.
Yeah, like you fucking see it, right?
Yeah. Look at this history.
Look
Yeah,
at him.
he was arrested before and put in prison and released and
Remember how you did all that shit before? Do you think you might be doing it again?
let's go ask him all that and show the jury all that.
So the jury took 4 hours to declare Kenneth guilty of capital murder for the kidnapping and murder of Melissa Northrup. He was sentenced to death.
That's crazy that they did that without DNA evidence.
Right.
I mean, it's not that crazy because we're saying, like, look, here's all the evidence to suggest he did do this, but, like,
Well,
wow.
and him pointing to other missing people.
Right.
And
But there
he's the
isn't
last
even, like,
person.
a claim of a Thunderbird or anything that night, right? Like,
True,
only just him talking about
Melissa's.
robbing it. Yeah. With
Yeah,
his friends. Okay.
That's true. He was sentenced to death by lethal injection, and as he was led from court, he told reporters that he wasn't the one who did it. A year later, Kenneth was served as...
The ignorant. Yo, ignorant.
Right.
That's all that plays in my head. Every time.
A year later, Kenneth was served a second death sentence for kidnapping and murder of Colleen Reed, even though her body hadn't been found.
Wow.
In 1995, Kenneth still denied killing literally everyone, saying, "I don't want to see anyone suffer or die. There's so many rights and wrongs, in the world. Whose point of view of what is right and what's wrong?" That's a quote.
Oh,
That's
he's
all it
like,
was.
like you're imposing your judgment
Yeah.
on me and you don't have any right to.
I didn't do any of that. And also, who's to say that it would be bad if I did?
Kind of feel like you did it.
Kind of feel
When you
like
put it like that.
I feel like everyone.
I kind of feel like all of us here are like, please don't do that again. And then you just did it again.
We gave you another chance.
I kind of feel like you're not understanding.
I feel like you don't get it.
Kenneth.
So police planted an informant in the prison to see if they could get Kenneth to reveal where the bodies of Colleen, Regina, and Brenda were.
Mm-hmm.
This seemed to work, and Kenneth admitted to killing Regina and Brenda and told them where the bodies were.
Oh my God.
In September of 1998, Regina Moore was found just under a bridge off the highway.
Oh.
Her hands were tied behind her back with shoelaces. Her ankles were bound with stockings.
They didn't check under the bridge near a highway? Like, I feel like those are obvious places to check.
I was literally just wondering that, too.
Like, there's
this
a
is
lot of bridges and highways. Like,
5 years later, and you
Yeah.
didn't look under a bridge?
that's a place he drives all the time and can chuck somebody over real quick.
I don't know. Seems...
Like a great place to check,
I feel like homeless and stuff, or like teenagers would have found it by then, too.
right?
Bridges are top-notch for hanging out.
Yeah, I would think.
On October 3rd, 1998, Brenda Thompson was found buried about a foot deep, lying face down.
Only a foot?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
As far as Colleen Reed, Kenneth thought he would lose prison, quote, privileges, so he wanted to keep that to himself. He's like, listen, it's not going to help me. They assured him that since he'd be dead in 2 weeks, that no privileges would be taken from him. And he told them in great detail where to find her. By the Brazos River in Waco. And investigators were unable to find Colleen, even with tractors and shit.
Wow. So maybe he didn't do that one. But wait, that's the one that his
Colleen
friend...
Reed? Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
one
sure
that...
maybe animals.
Wait. I'm starting to mix them up now because there's so many. Is that the girl from the car wash?
Colleen is, from the car wash.
But the girl from the Quick Stop was in the quarry, right?
Yes.
I think in my brain I thought Colleen was in there.
Yes.
But I mixed them up.
No.
Okay.
Investigators turned to bringing Kenneth out of the prison and to the site, even though they didn't want to stroke his ego, but just to show them where he buried her.
Right, like we can't find her, so let him out.
Mm-hmm. And he told them precisely where to find her. In Kenneth's final days, he admitted to murdering these 8 people. Investigators, and literally everyone,
was like, yeah, we know.
Well, they suspect that there were at least 6 more.
Wow, really?
Mostly sex workers.
Oh my gosh.
On November 17th, 1998, Kenneth McDuff was killed by lethal injection at the age of 52.
Jesus.
That's not that fucking old.
Well, no, but like he had a long run back there.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot to do. And a whole 2 life sentences.
That's crazy.
Investigators say it was the only time they saw him show emotion. His last words were, quote, "I'm ready to be released. Release me.
Release the hounds."
He's buried in Huntsville, Texas, 130 miles southeast of Waco, in a graveyard for prisoners unclaimed by his family. His grave marker contains his death row number and the letter X for Texas. Kenneth's death row number was 999055. So, 666 upside down. Since this case, Texas voters rehauled its laws about releasing incarcerated individuals.
Oh, that's comforting.
Yeah, they built more prisons,
Okay.
costing $2 billion.
Oh, good.
And Kenneth McDuff was such a clusterfuck of the criminal justice system that Texas invested heavily into mass incarceration.
Damn.
They revamped a life in prison sentence to be a minimum of 45 years before being eligible for parole.
Yeah, so get them all old and shit first before they can go killing and raping and pillaging.
Mm-hmm. And everyone that they interviewed confirmed that all Kenneth talked about with them was killing people and disposing of bodies.
They were like, yeah, it sounds like Ken.
Yeah, we were kind of over having him at the barbecues after a while because it all just got kind of dark.
He just always brought the vibe down. He just kept talking about, like, killing and broomsticks.
You know, like, we get it.
Honestly.
It's your hobby.
You're not impressing anybody.
What the fuck?
Why didn't nobody say anything, guys?
Right? Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah. I thought we were done after the first one.
I know.
It's fucking insane. Well, maybe I don't have as much faith in society now that you've told me that.
Yeah, but prison system does not reform, and then they were like, lesson learned, double down.
Yeah, right?
That'll fix it.
Oh, my God.
You had it right the first time. Just maybe more prisons so that you have more room and get rid of the lower level ones. Like, this dude selling fucking weed on the street, it's legal. It's fine. He's fine. He's trying to make everybody happy. But, like, the guy murdering teenagers, maybe
put him with the rest of the murderers and they could just murder each other.
Yeah, maybe lock him up still. Maybe be more discretionary.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying I know the answer. It's just like, maybe not this one. This ain't working. This answer isn't the one.
Yeah, this one isn't. And it wasn't. And it's, listen.
Still, I mean, maybe it will be. He's dead, so yeah.
True, the world's a better place.
Depends on how you measure success.
Honestly, who's to say what's right and what's wrong?
Oh my God. Okay, if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, please go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twix, and TikTok. Twix. X and TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
And we have a package and we have to open it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go on vacation, so can we do it next time we record?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
You need to pack right now.
I do. I love you guys and thank you.
Bye.
Bye.